Okay, it was a button situation. I pushed the wrong button, but I'm here. Hey, don't get anxious, get prepared. Thank you, and welcome to another one of our broadcasts where we're going to share some great insights with you to help you to make your Monday mornings. You guys know I'm all about that. Awesome. We want to make it awesome. So definitely make sure you find us anywhere and everywhere. I'm going to show you how. Again, we're all wanting to make sure folks are not anxious but prepared, and welcome to TCE Career TV. Today, we're going to get more into it in a little bit about gratitude, how gratitude can increase your altitude. I know this is the season of everyone being a little nicer and a little kinder to everyone. Imagine what would happen if we could do that all the time. Imagine that, not just this season. I mean, I'll take it where I can get it, but how about we'll bring in some gratitude into the workplace, into the marketplace, into your business place, to your life space, and you will see that it can increase all types of things. So we're definitely going to get into that today. So again, if you want to find us or connect with us, make sure you follow us everywhere down below, tcenow.com. Check out some of the new things we have going on, like our TCE network. We invite you to come and join us at tcenow.com. Of course, you can check it out. Go right to our website, tcenow.com, and check that out. So listen, I want to jump into this because I think gratitude is so important. And I think it's okay to revisit this every now and then so we can know what's up. So, y'all know how I roll, right? Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be right back. Y'all know I just love doing all of that. So listen, we're gonna get into it. I have the sniffles today. Not sure what went down, where I was, what I was up to, but it's affecting everything I'm saying and doing today. But we're gonna press through because that's what we do up around here, up and in here. We press through. So here are some things that we can do to increase our gratitude. And if you're watching us live or you're catching us later, feel free. Well, live, you can definitely reach out and comment and be a part of this conversation. We're streaming live on our website, of course, tcenow.com, our YouTube. Check it out. Of course, some of the Facebook places. We're doing some things a little different now. So we might bring this to our Facebook community, but we really want you guys to make sure you kind of pull off of Facebook a little bit and check out folks directly on their sites. I mean, that's just a great strategy for anyone. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing your thing, or you're an organization, you're doing your thing, always try to point folks back to your own stuff. I'm just saying. I mean, we're in new seasons now, so I'm just saying. So on that note, I just want to talk a little bit more about gratitude and how it can really help change the game in your career, life, or business. So, and I know this is going to sound like, okay, I learned this stuff. Grandma said this, but I'm going to tell you from a professional space, please and thank you are some powerful words. I know we learned this in kindergarten. I know we were raised to say these things. At least I know I was in my family orientation, but it makes a difference in the marketplace. It makes a difference at work. Have you ever received a thank you card or a thank you note for being a great customer or doing something incredible on the workspace? To my managers who are feeling what it's like when your best talent leaves, great resignations, right, going on, the big reshuffle, the big quit, whatever we want to call it. Do you know that part of that relationship building, that engagement, that feeling of caring can come from please and thank you? I mean, for some, now it can't solve every problem on the sun, but when folks feel valued or appreciated, it makes a difference, particularly when those who are considering staying or quitting. I'm just saying. So if you're someone that has direct reports, or you're someone that's that decision maker or that hiring person, the person that has some influence, please and thank you works great for your talent. And talent, guess what? Please and thank you works wonderful towards upward mobility. It really makes a difference. And you guys know I preach all the time about, yes, you've got to be a deliverer. You've got to do your job. Just because some folks, the world is a little upside down right now, there's more opportunities and more people quitting than ever before. It doesn't mean you can make demands on your employer when you don't deliver. You still have to be a performer. You still should have significant accomplishment, and you still should demonstrate leadership in the places and spaces where you're contributing. But you can also be kind. Kindness matters. This last week, or was it well, the beginning of this week or last week, I was watching, General Powell when he passed, and just the guy was an amazing fellow. I just, I'm watching this funeral and everything, but I'm looking at all the things that he stood for, and as this general, this military giant, right? The guy wrote wars and rumors of wars. He was there. This, he had every. I mean, he's a soldier. He knows about battle. He knows about war. But he talked about kindness. You can disagree with me. Like, you can comment now, or there's other places I've worked with folks, and maybe you don't agree with what I say. Maybe you disagree, and that's wonderful. I love a good debate. I think it's great, but you can still be kind in your confrontation. You can still be kind in your conflicts, right? Kindness matters, and it does show the essence of truly who you are and what you bring. So if you've never uh, share these words in your, again, your life spaces, your places, marketplace, what have you, make it a part of your strategy as you move forward. And why is this important? Particularly like right now, I know the managers and I know the bosses, I know the businesses. There's, all this, what's happened now with, people are quitting, people are leaving, people don't want to work. There's so many conversations about this mass exodus that has happened because of all these systems just align at a certain time. But I also want talent to understand. When I say talent, I'm talking to the job candidates, those of you who are looking to get the W-2s or the 1099s, or the ones that are creating great things. The people who will sign your paperwork electronically or by pen and paper, okay, they're people too. All right. The person that's going to help you to get paid, they're people too. And everyone has a bad day, right? You could be great talent and maybe you get promoted to a position of responsibility. And now you're the boss. Now you're that person. So, when things are going on and they have bad days, they have good days. It's been tough out there for them too. Gratitude, your gratitude, particularly at a time when it's kind of stressful for that person, can really make a difference, because we should never, bosses and talent, take each other for granted. We should never do that. I mean, come on. Is this really new? This shouldn't be new information, but how interesting that we don't think about applying some of these human to human principles at the workspace, on the job, in our business life, particularly when things are really stressed. So don't take people for granted, because there's some bosses that's quitting too. And then you were complaining about the one you had, then someone else comes along that's totally different. And you're like, wow, I really should have been shared a little bit more gratitude on the job. It just really shows up. And just in case you missed it, I'm going to repeat the power of please and thank you, because I think it's really important. Because I was, even in my research, as we were looking at some things of what's keeping people from, when you are, and before COVID, right? What's keeping folks with retention? We're always so focused on recruitment, right? Just got to hire them, got to find ways of hire them, got to find the, some diversity, and make sure I'm inclusive and I'm having equity, and how do we find folks? And that's wonderful. I'm glad that companies and organizations are rethinking how they find their talent. But retention is just as important as recruitment. And what I found in the hustle and bustle of this wonderful business world we're in, and this, career marketplace is ever so dynamic and ever so changing. Please and thank you are never, I mean, I won't say never. I can't say never, right? Are rarely used. So take it upon yourself to try to find ways that you can show gratitude with the people who work with you, people who work for you. And I mean, it needs to be sincere. Okay. Let's not try to hustle folk and drop some gratitude so I can get something from them. I mean, I understand how the world works. I get tick for tack. I understand quid pro, all that, right? But for real, be sincere. I mean, if someone did something for you, they didn't have to. I mean, thank them, and taking that little thank you note from, if you have a great, if you shop at Hallmark, God bless you. But you can also get them at the Dollar Tree, and some nice little handwritten notes, just thanking someone for the extra they put out, or the extra step they went out their way. Don't assume folk gotta always do that for you. It shows your character. All right. It really costs you nothing to drop an ounce of gratitude. I mean, it costs nothing. It's an investment of time, but it's an investment in your future, particularly because you never know who will remember your gratitude. They may not be in a position you need like now, like, okay, well, this is what we're doing, but you don't know where they could be in a year or 2 years or 3 or 5. And you may have a conversation to get access and opportunity in a certain place or space. And guess who's there? Mm, the person you failed to show gratitude, or the person that you did. Because I'm going to tell you that this small, priceless exercise of sincere, authentic gratitude, it shows your character. It really shows what you're made of. It can change the atmosphere where you work. And I know a lot of workspaces right now, there's a lot of stress going on. It's a lot of pressing and a lot of pushing. Listen, I also do some adjunct teaching. I know my students are calling me everything but a child of God, but it's okay. But I'm showing them some gratitude. Hopefully they'll show me some back. But the point is, it showcases your character. It can change the atmosphere and it can really help you project up. And yes, skills are important, experience is important, certifications are important, right? Your knowledge base and how you do your job. And I know you do it with excellence. But in addition to that, drop some gratitude. You will be surprised what that all means and how it can really help you go further up. So I always say, whenever we're doing these push-ups, what these check-ins and push-ups of what we're doing today, what does this mean for you? What does any of this, please and thank you, have to do with you? And I cannot speak to y'all without having a push-up. That's why we call these our push-ups and things of that nature. But here's the push-up of why this really matters. And this is not this is one I share a lot. I did not create it. I did, and I wish I did, but this is something I've learned about 20 years ago from my previous pastor, Bishop Scott, here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And he used to say this all the time: if it's in the root, it's going to show up in the fruit. You understand? If it's in the root, it's going to show up in the fruit. Your gratitude is your fruit, right? And if you've got it inside at the deepest core of you, it will show up in all the good work and the good deeds and the performance and the movements that you do in all your spaces. So, um, if you don't see it, if you don't see the fruit of gratitude, it may not be in the core of the person that you're working with, and that's another broadcast, isn't it? So again, if it's in the root, it's going to show up in the fruit. That's called some wisdom. You will see it, and it will help make things change. Again, your altitude. I can sit here and say, as I sit here or stand here with you guys right now, that the only reason, well, there may be some skill sets I've got going on, but I think I'm pretty kind. I think I say thank you. I mean, I try to, but some of the places, the doors that have opened, or movements that we have was based on, yes, I can get the job done. I've got the competencies to do it, got the capacity to do it. And then when it comes to that thing, well, do the folks like her? What's her character? What's her countenance? How has she been? Even when the cameras are on and cameras are off, right? It's that gratitude that's helped promoted my altitude. And I want to share that secret with you. So practice your gratitude, not just this season. We do it every year, this time of the year, every single month. How about that? Make it part of your strategy and your plan. Okay. That's what I want to share. So again, thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today. I thank you for letting me to come into your devices and your platforms just to share some a word of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing us to chat with you today. So listen, you all be blessed. Have a safe and fantastic week. Stay healthy. Remember to make sure you find us in our different places and spaces, at tcenow.com. In fact, you would think if I'm really having some button problems today. Here we go at tcenow.com. Check us out. We've actually updated and check out our new network. It's just so exciting. We have a new way of getting you connected. So check us out. 14-day free trial at tcenow.com. Join the TCE network. So you guys be blessed. I think I've already said that, but I'm trying to figure out where my little button is. Yeah, this is live. This is how we roll, though. This is how I roll. So listen, y'all be blessed. And I will catch you next time. And remember, don't get anxious. Always be prepared and say please and thank you.